Good evening. My name is Larry Spring. I'm the superintendent of schools at Schenectady. And in many ways, oftentimes, Schenectady, we often feel like the red-headed stepchild in this conversation. So before I talk to you about what these awful economic conditions means to Schenectady, I want to tell you a little bit about why I'm proud to be the superintendent of Schenectady. What it means to us in Schenectady to have a school district like we have. We have a proud tradition in Schenectady of innovation. We have one of the most phenomenal performing arts programs that I've ever seen. I've told many people this. I grew up in an athletic family. I grew up knowing the difference of what it takes to get an athletic scholarship and what it means to not get one. My brother and I both swam. He was good enough to get an athletic scholarship. Me, not quite. I didn't realize until I got to Schenectady that places like Duke University offered scholarships for things like dance and drama. We have kids that earn those scholarships. We have kids that work that hard and put in that kind of time and effort. We have staff that support them beyond the end of the school day to make those kinds of things happen. We have the John Sayles School of Fine Arts. And if you know John Sayles, he's an alumni, or if you've heard of him, he's an alumnus of Schenectady. We have the Pat Riley Athletic Center. We have a proud tradition in Schenectady. We also have some unimaginable difficulties in Schenectady. And I came to Schenectady, I've been there about 7 months, and I've come to Schenectady because I have within me a deep mission surrounded or steeped in the notion of equity. My mission is to ensure that race, economics, and disability are no longer predictors for student achievement. Schenectady has the 13th highest concentration of childhood poverty in the country. We have a free and reduced lunch rate that is about 80%. And we have a combined wealth ratio of just over 0.3, or just under 0.4. So we're about a third as wealthy as the average district in New York State. Being one of the poorest districts, you would think we would probably get, in an aid formula that is needs-driven, we would probably get a reasonably high rate of aid. And I know I can't get the chart up right now, but I have my own scatter plots and everything. Schenectady receives 54% of the aid that it's due. What that translates to, and I'm going to say it's slow, and I'll say it twice because I think it's really powerful. Schenectady is shorted $62 million a year. $62 million a year that the formula says the students of Schenectady should be receiving, that they're not. The median district in New York State receives 82%. If we were to receive 82% of the aid that we were due, that would mean $38 million. And folks, let me tell you what I could do for $38 million. For $38 million, I think that we could provide enough mental health services for our youngest children that they could walk into school ready to learn every day. But wait, there's more. I think that we could intervene with intensity at the intermediate level and make sure that every one of our kids enters 9th grade ready to earn credits. Every single one. And in Schenectady, we have a dropout issue. A significant one. for that $38 million, I think that we could provide the significant adult contact time that all of those kids would need to help them persist and catch up and finally graduate high school. I think we could eliminate that dropout problem. We could do all of those three things at the same time that we can lower the tax rate in Schenectady by 1/3. I think we can lower the tax rate by 1/3 if we bring ourselves to the median. Folks, I have a mission of equity. Race, economics, and disability should not predict student achievement, and I have a strong belief that the system that we're living in right now, the way in which we are funding schools in New York State, in a very damaging way, pits equity against excellence. I don't believe that our children should have to choose between those two. I don't think that we should have to choose between those two. I think that it is quite possible and it is very much our responsibility to provide equity and excellence for all of our kids. I encourage you, I implore you, be in contact with your legislators. Provide them with the data that you've seen today and ask them, do they think this is right? And if they think it is, work them. But if they don't, ask them if they will have the courage to stand up and say, you know what? This isn't right. We need to change this, and we need to change it now for our children and our futures.